Right, thanks to natural selection, the world is full of amazing creatures. Some of them are just weird, like the blobfish, robber crab, goblin shark, and giant isopod. But the ones I want to talk about have actual superpowers. Born from the union of a female tiger and a male lion, the liger is the biggest cat of all. And super strong like Battle Cat out of He-Man. Luckily, as they only exist in captivity, they're docile like Cringer. Now, the lammergeier is an eagle that lives almost exclusively on bones, which its super strong stomach acid can dissolve easier than we dissolve kebab. Naturally white, its red colour comes from earth and the blood of its enemies. The axolotl is an amphibian Peter Pan. It's a type of salamander that refuses to grow up. It remains in a perpetual neotonic state, unless given a gulp of salamander extract, which causes it to mature. The lady anglerfish attracts mates with her bioluminescent lure. The male attaches itself to her side and fuses to her, slowly dissolving, until all that's left is gonads. In an attempt to woo the ladies, the lyrebird tries to produce the most elaborate call it can, incorporating the calls of many birds it hears, as well as the sounds such as cameras, car alarms, and chainsaws. The honey badger is a violent psychopath that will start fights with anything it sees, including lions, which it usually wins by going for the nuts. One of its favourite foods is snakes, and if it's bitten, it just sleeps off the venom and recovers. Now, the Bombardier Beetle is a carnivorous, cannibalistic beetle that has a defence mechanism, squirts boiling acid at its enemies from its bottom. The octopus has the highest brain-to-body mass ratios of all invertebrates. It's a highly dexterous genius, able to unlock boxes with keys, open safes, and even manipulate Rubik's Cubes, although not necessarily solve them. The hairy frog is known for its apparently hairy buttocks. The hair is actually dermal papillae that it uses to take on oxygen, like gills. It's also known as the wolverine frog because of its ability to break its own toe bones, forcing claws through its flesh and using them in self-defense. It can then retract the bones and the flesh heals over. The sea cucumber, which is basically an elongated gonad, has the best defense ever. It can liquefy up to 80% of its body and squirt it out of its anus at its enemies. Nice. The immortal jellyfish cannot die of old age. When it reaches a certain point in its adult life cycle, it simply reverts back to an infant polyp state and grows up again, like Doctor Who, only it can get eaten and diseased. Now, the tardigrade, aka the water bear or moss piglet, is a water-dwelling micro-animal. It's also hard as nails, able to survive temperatures from just above absolute zero to well above the boiling point of water. Pressures about 6 times greater than those in the deepest ocean trench, or radiation and the vacuum out of space. This is a mimic octopus, another one, but I bloody love cephalopods, so... It can change its shape, colour and movement to imitate at least 8 different sea creatures. Here it is, impersonating a place, a lionfish, and a sea snake. It can change its colour, its texture, and shape in seconds when attacked. The next one's not so attractive. The hagfish. They're eel-shaped marine fish, sometimes called slime eels. They're only known living animals that have a skull but no vertebral column. They're jawless and are living fossils. But as a defense, they produce a thick slime from 100 glands on their body, which can clog up a predator's gills and make them impossible to grab on. But the next one is more beautiful. The next one is the peacock Mantis shrimp. It can punch at over 50 miles an hour with a force of over 200 pounds, which it uses to smash open crabs and devour them. Its punch is so fast that it boils the water around, causing a concussive wave that can knock out its prey. But the eyesight is even better. We see, right, with 3 photoreceptors, red, green, and blue. But the mantis shrimp has up to 16 photoreceptors and can see UV, visible and polarized light. And in fact, they're the only animals that can detect polarized light.